We're not separate from others like we think. It's impossible to have a thought or a feeling or look at someone and judge them and it not to affect them. That's just the truth of the matter. There's so much science going over what I'm talking about, but they've done studies with animals too. And if they don't have any love or touch or nurturing, they die. Animals die. Human beings die without being nurtured and loved. So connection is critical for a happy life. Hey everybody, how are you doing? This is Dr. CJ, and I am continuing my discussion on my 12 core concepts. And this week, we started yesterday discussing pure heart. So yesterday I talked about self-love. Today I want to talk about connection. I just want to talk about it for a few minutes. I want you to start thinking about, like, what does connection mean to you? So give me 1 if you're watching live. Type in 2 if you're watching after the fact. And I want you to think about, like, connection, human connection. Do we need connection? Is it necessary for us to grow and expand and to enjoy life? I know they've done a lot of studies, like with human beings and with animals. And when they've done studies where brand new infants don't get touched and held and loved, they don't thrive. We've been talking about energy and vibration, and love is the highest vibration. So pure heart is all about love. And yesterday we talked all about self-love, right? It starts with you. You can't give away what you don't have. So if you have people in your life that you love and care about, you have to learn how to love yourself first so that you can have something to give them. But today I want to talk about connection. As a human race, we are all connected. We might look like we've got these separate, little physical bodies, but the truth is we're not separate at all. We're all connected. We just look separate because this is what our physical being's nervous system makes it look like. It makes it look like we're separate. But look at some of Deepak Chopra's work, where they've just gone in and they've looked at matter, and then they'll go through and they'll look at an organ and then tissue, and they just go deeper, and then they look at molecules, and then like the atom and the neurons and the protons and the nucleus of the atom. And what have we discovered? Like, everything is like, our body is like 99.9% space. It's not this physical hard matter that we think. We're not separate from others like we think. It's impossible to have a thought or a feeling or look at someone and judge them and it not to affect them. That's just the truth of the matter. There's so much science going over what I'm talking about, but they've done studies with animals too. And if they don't have any love or touch or nurturing, they die. Animals die. Human beings die without being nurtured and loved. So connection is critical for a happy life. And as you know, I'm all about, what am I about? I'm here to love you and support you and encourage you to live your purest, most amazing, most calm, peaceful, joyous life in body, mind, heart, and spirit. So this week's all about pure heart. Today's about connection. And, the last couple 100 years, we've been taught, separate houses and, climbing up the ladder and pushing down whoever you can push down in the process. And it's almost like, revered. Oh, look at them, look at how far they made it, just stomping on anybody in the process. But our DNA, our heritage, our ancestors are tribal in nature. We are tribal in nature. We don't thrive without connecting with other human beings. In fact, they did a study on longevity, and they found that people, check this out, they found that people that drink live longer. And they figured out why people that drink live longer. Because people that drink go to the bar, socialize. Drinking is kind of a social behavior. So people that drink, even like up to 4 or 5 glasses or amount of alcohol like per week. Now, of course, if it's in excess, but there's been a bunch of studies that basically show that connecting with others, being social, is important. It's important to our joy and our happiness. So if you're finding yourself listening to my words right now, and maybe you're feeling a little depressed, or maybe you're anxious, or maybe you're just like, I know my life could be better. Look at your connections. Look at who is in your life. Look at what you're attracting into your life. Because, our DNA is tribal in nature. But this day and age, it's all about, cutthroat, and, there's not enough to go around, and it's not true. So we feel like we can just do it on our own. We're just these separate beings. And when we want or need help, we don't ask for it. But the truth is that we're all here to connect. We're all here to love each other. And there's nothing that you can think, do, or say that doesn't affect the entire planet. I believe that wholeheartedly. Whatever vibration you're vibrating at, if you're in anger and you're down there in, the low hundreds vibration, or if you're fully enlightened like Jesus was and you're 1,000, our vibration matters. And that's why we see so many changes happening in this world right now. People are wakening up. People are starting to realize it's all about love. And that's why there's so much chaos going on. Because if it weren't chaotic and things were just amazing and perfect, we wouldn't change. We wouldn't look at what's happening in our life. So connection's important. Human connections is important. So please post below, how do you connect? Do you ostracize yourself from other people? Do you kind of keep to yourself? Or are you working on, like I have, just opening your heart and just asking yourself this question on a daily basis? Dr. Wayne Dyer taught me this. Instead of asking God or the universe, what can you give me? I need more money. I need a better job. I want to go on more vacations. What if you switch to, how can I serve? When you meet someone new, instead of thinking about, what can I get from them? Ask yourself, how can I serve them? What can I impart onto them? How can I make their life better? How can I, bring them more peace and more ease? Ralph Waldo Emerson said, to know even one life has breathed easier because you have lived. That is to be a success. So pure heart. Today is about human connection. Connecting. Who's your tribe? Who do you hang out with? Who do you attract? Who do you spend time with? I want you to post in here what connection means to you. Who is your tribe? What type of person are you looking to attract in your life? Are they, filled with anger and revenge? Are they all about money and things? Or have you gotten to the point like me where you realize, it's really just about loving and giving and connecting? And money doesn't matter, stuff doesn't matter. We can't take any of that stuff with us. The most enjoyable way to live your life is asking yourself on a daily basis, how can I serve? How can I serve? I'm asking you that's listening to me right now. How can I serve you? How can I make your life better? What do you want to know more about? What interests you? What do you think about my 12 core concepts so far? So this week is all about pure heart. It's my 9th core concept. tomorrow I'm going to bring to you love languages. What are the love languages? And how can you figure out what your love language is and what your loved one's love language is? Because some people feel loved one way and other people feel loved completely different ways. So tomorrow we'll talk about love language. All right, everybody, have an amazing, blessed day. This is Dr. C.J. Benkert, loving you, encouraging you, motivating you, inspiring you to live your purest life. Pura vida life. In body, mind, heart, and spirit.